You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us this Thursday, June 15th. I'm Ken Bufa. Tonight we're hearing from the rescuers who pulled a driver out of the Great South Bay. Nestor Rios Arvialo drove his car off the pier in Patchogue around 5 this morning. No word yet on why he drove into the water. The police officer and firefighter who arrived on the scene spoke today about rushing into those waters and saving the 33-year-old.
I saw the vehicle submerged, and I wasn't able to see much, but I did know that the occupant was still in the vehicle. And I knew I had precious seconds that I didn't really have too much time to think, but I just had to get into the water.
I saw the officer, Officer Petrie, was in the water attempting to break the window. Once one of our trucks arrived, I took a tool, it's called a Halligan, and I swam out with the tool and was able to break the back window behind the driver. With that, Officer Petrie reached in, was able to grab the driver.
The officer, the firefighter, and the driver were all taken to the hospital for minor injuries. And police are looking for a second man in connection with an attack on a same-sex couple at that same dock in Patchogue. Two women were watching the sunset last month on the pier when police say two men in a car made anti-lesbian remarks. Then one of the guys punched a woman. Cops say the other man tried pushing the other victim into the water.
Just a couple weekends ago, we had just a beautiful celebration of Pride right up in town. Everybody was happy, no incidents that I could see. And to think that this is going on just a few feet away from Main Street, it's disgusting. It's heartbreaking.
Joseph Kess was arraigned today and pled not guilty to assault as a hate crime and other charges. And some Long Islanders with licenses to sell legal marijuana are struggling to find a place to set up shop. Steve Langford has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
I've spoken to probably every commercial real estate agent that there is.
There are plenty of empty storefronts out there, but Brian Stark can't find any retail space for his new state-licensed cannabis dispensary business.
Hoping by the end of the summer, once the regulations pass, I'll be able to secure a location, and by the end of the year, I'll be open.
Stark scored a coveted cannabis dispensary license from New York State last November, but current local zoning restrictions limit legal pot shops mostly to industrial areas.
You want to be somewhere where there's going to be people constantly, so that when you walk out with your money or whatever, and at the end of the night, you feel safe walking to your car.
New state regulations are expected to be finalized later this year that may allow licensed marijuana retail shops to locate in some strip malls like this one in Babylon, where there's already a liquor store.
A retail area is where we want to be. It's a retail business.
There are just 4 towns on Long Island that allow marijuana shops: Babylon, Brookhaven, Southampton, and Riverhead. And those towns largely limit cannabis dispensaries to industrial areas and select retail locations.
I looked at about 30 to 50 locations, and everyone was denied.
Al Caprero owns this building in Brookhaven, where he'd love to put his new licensed cannabis dispensary here, or just about anywhere on Long Island.
It's not just the town of Brookhaven. Every municipality is giving a very hard time.
But local zoning restrictions mean he too will have to wait until state regulations are expected to go into effect. And lawyers say the licensees will likely have to go to court to enforce the state's position, which could make it slow going.
Marijuana is still frowned upon, and I understand, but you know, it's New York State is making it so a marijuana dispensary business should be equal to any other business in New York State.
Caprero is eager to hire staff and employ workers for his new business here on East Main Street, but he assures local residents his shop will not bring problems to the area.
It's not going to be like a big, party every day and come here and hang out and let's smoke our weed in the parking lot. No, that's not going to happen. I'm going to have security. You're going to buy your stuff, you're going to bag your stuff up, and you're going to leave.
The winds of change. Steve Langford for Newsday TV.
And you can read more about the recreational pot shops on Newsday.com. Just click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. They rattle rims and flatten tires, but repairs will soon be made to 2 pothole-plagued roadways. State DOT crews will start a nearly $26 million paving project next week. Work will begin on Northern Boulevard and several Nassau communities stretching from the New York City line eastward. Crews will also repave stretches of the Northern State Parkway from Huntington to Smithtown. And only in Newsday, there's a new effort to remove invasive plants and restore native species to a local waterway. Environmentalists are working to pull the harmful vegetation out of the Leeds Pond Preserve in Plan Dome Manor. Workers are using heavy machinery to clear out a rapidly growing vine that can push out other native plants and animals.
Newsday Sports is brought to you by PC Richard & Son.
The Giants are at minicamp, but as our Kim Jones explains, one of the team's star players is a no-show.
Well, here at Giants mini camp, the overriding theme has been a guy who's not here, and that, of course, is running back Saquon Barkley. He has not signed his franchise tag. He is training this week for the last time, I believe, this summer in Arizona. He prefers to train out there, has done so in previous years, and then he'll come back, and obviously the hope is by July 17th that the deadline for him to sign that franchise tag, they either have a new contract in place or he does indeed sign the tag and they come to some sort of a financial agreement. We're going to have to watch this probably all summer long. My hunch is that there's a little bit of a respite right now as training camp beckons, but as mini camp ends, I think that you'll have a little lull here. And then certainly as we head toward July, these two entities, the New York Giants and Saquon's camp, are going to have to try to find common ground. For Newsday TV, I'm Kim Jones.
Now you can read more about the Giants. Just go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. All right, today is National Lobster Day, and one lucky crustacean in Island Park will not be on the dinner table. This is Larry the Lobster. He is 111 years old, and today he was released from Peter's Clam Bar. Now, the town of Hempstead Bay Constable took Larry out to an undisclosed location and put him back into the water to enjoy his life under the sea. All right, with that out of the way, let's take a look at your Long Island weather, shall we? You see, tonight we're in the 60s with partly cloudy skies, with tomorrow rain on the menu. So let's take a closer look at tomorrow, shall we? It'll be sunny to start, but rain moves in around 3 and onwards.
Watch Newsday TV on the big screen. Use the remote to activate Siri, Alexa, Roku, or the Google Assistant on your streaming device. Say, install Newsday. Newsday TV, covering Long Island like no one else can. High School Sports is sponsored by PC Richard & Son.
There's big honors for some local high school athletes. Carissa Kelman has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
Being a part of the Long Island athletic community is really so special.
Suffolk's top athletes were celebrated for their accomplishments in athletics, academics, and community service at the 23rd Annual Butch Delicave Awards Breakfast. There are 2 nominees, 1 boy and 1 girl from each of the 53 schools in Suffolk County. There are 10 finalists and then 1 winner of each of these trophies.
2023 Men's Award winner, Brady Clark from
I'm so lucky to play for this community and everyone traded for the world.
Clark stars in football, basketball, and baseball and has a 97.4 weighted GPA.
It's really special to be one of the 6 guys, even one of the 6 guys up there. The award really could have gotten to any one of us.
West Babylon's Lacey Downey, who has been selected 8 times to Newsday All Long Island lists for field hockey, basketball, and lacrosse, also received the trophy.
I think I got lucky with my genes a little bit. But my parents, they always pushed me to not just be great in one sport, be great in all sports.
Downey also has a 107 weighted average and an array of community service contributions.
I've always just been so hardcore and strict on my academics more than my athletics, but athletics have taught me to work hard in the classroom.
In Holbrook, I'm Carissa Kelman for Newsday TV.
Congrats to those winners. Now, to read more about the winners, go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
What's Up on Long Island is brought to you by PC Richard & Son.
It's Father's Day weekend and there's some fun stuff to do with Dad. So here's what's up on Long Island. The Patchogue Lions Club Strawberry Festival is underway. You can enjoy the sweet season with 100,000 berries for sale, along with live entertainment, arts, crafts, and a carnival.
Everybody needs a little love, 'cause your happiness is hard to find.
Well, why not see Junior Marvin and the legendary Wailers rock out at the Paramount? They take the stage in Huntington on Saturday night. Or watch the Meadowbrook Polo Club Tournament. The matches feature world-class athletes. It's Saturday at the Beth Page Polo Field. Now for admission info and more events, just click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. A local artist is trying to infuse environmental awareness and sustainability into their work. Our Macy Eglin has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
I'm really honored to be closer to home.
Courtney Leonard is the local artist behind 2 new exhibits here on Long Island. Her work is being displayed at Planting Fields in Oyster Bay and here at the Heckscher Museum of Art in Huntington.
I'm looking a lot at our climate issues, our coastal erosion, our rising waters, our subsistence harvesting rights, and water quality.
The exhibit explores the different definitions of the word breach, focusing on the environment and Leonard's heritage as a member of the Shinnecock Indian Nation. Her family members were whalers.
As a Shinnecock person, I know what's happening here on Long Island, but as coastal people, water is rising everywhere. So you build a better conversation when you can build community and collective responsibility.
You'll see her work from the last 20 years. Many of these pieces were borrowed from their permanent homes in other museums across the country. This is a brand new piece that Leonard made for the Heckscher Museum. So even when this exhibit is over, it's here to stay. It's a map of Long Island made up of what looks like little shells, but each one is actually an individual thumbprint.
Each thumbprint is made out of porcelain, some of which have vignettes of transferware and imagery of my community members and family members and events. Some things are a little bit humorous. This is Baby Grogu.
Contact 2023 is made up of thousands of them, an account of the year of 2023 and a tribute to her family.
That's my daughter when she was born. I'm very proud of it. I try to make work that my heart is in and that I feel can last maybe potentially beyond me in a good representational way of who I am and where I come from.
Leonard's Breach collection and other works will be on display through November 12th. Reporting for Newsday TV, I'm Macy Eglin.
Our blue blood.
Now for more on the exhibits, just go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Get more of the stories you've seen on Newsday TV at Newsday.com. Plus breaking news, investigations, things to do, restaurants, and other Long Island news you can't get anywhere else. At Newsday.com, covering Long Island like no one else can.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Ken Buffa. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll leave you now with a look at your 7-day forecast.